Almost 35 years later, and no other film, in my opinion, has come close to accomplishing what Clue did so well as a whodunit murder mystery. But then we got the very first trailer for Rian Johnson's Knives Out, and the thought crossed my mind if this film, with such an amazing cast, would do the impossible and finally give us a whodunit murder mystery worthy enough to be aligned with Clue and perhaps be the Clue equivalent movie murder mystery of the 21st century. And not only did the marketing excite me along with the amazing cast, but the critics were loving it, and now I see even moviegoers are loving it. So this almost seemed like a slam dunk. And do you know how there's always a twist in the murder mystery that pulls the rug out from under you? Well, this movie definitely pulled the rug out from under me. And if you're expecting to see a fast-paced, animated, plucky murder mystery while utilizing our stellar cast in the juiciest, campiest ways that only keeps us guessing until the very last minute, well, psych, there's foul play afoot for Knives Out, because that is not the movie you're getting. And it's such a shame to say, so let me explain. The biggest problem by far with this movie is how little they utilize the stellar cast of characters. You have such an amazing lineup like Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Toni Collette, Don Johnson, Katherine Langford, and Chris Evans, just to name a few. And for those few names I just listed alone, they've practically shown all of their best scenes, if not all of their scenes, in the trailers. I know, and most of the names I just listed are without a doubt given the most electric, engaging, and comedic performances that it's just cruel we didn't get more of them. Instead, the movie's primary focus is on Ana de Armas's character almost the entire time. In fact, I'll just say it. It's her film, and it's ironic considering the marketing campaign has done absolutely nothing for her this entire time. And it's not that her character is bad. She does a perfectly fine job within her role, but there's no denying that the family members in the household are way more interesting and fun to watch on screen. The first half of this movie was the best because it's where the family members have the most screen time, and the first third of this movie is almost perfect to me. And so it was such a shame when the film took a dramatic turn as it entered the second half. Now, I won't give away any plot spoilers, but I will say that the murder mystery whodunit portion of the movie is basically wrapped up at the halfway point. And for a movie that's over 2 hours long, I was shocked and left wondering, what the fuck do we do with ourselves for the next hour? And this is where the film really fell apart, I'm sorry to say. Not only did it mean significantly less screen time for the majority of the cast, but the pacing dramatically slowed down, where my eyes felt heavy at times, and if I wore a watch, I would have checked it. I will say that the last quarter of the movie does pick up, and the film has a couple more twists up its sleeve as we reach the very end, but by this point, they've already given away about 80% of the mystery, and I just didn't care anymore. What they should have done is wait to reveal the bulk of the mystery for the end, because by keeping things mysterious all the way through, it would have just kept me guessing and waiting for the big reveal. All of the puzzle pieces are collected throughout, and you piece them all together in the grand finale, and that's what we love about murder mysteries. Now, the characters that had the most to do in this movie are definitely Ana de Armas, Daniel Craig, and then Chris Evans. To be fair, Daniel Craig and Chris Evans are definitely a couple scene stealers in this movie, especially Chris Evans. I might say that it might be my favorite role I've ever seen him in. He was quite fun to watch. But the other scene stealers and my favorite characters are played by Jamie Lee Curtis, Toni Collette, Michael Shannon, and Don Johnson. And the film needed more of these characters to save it. But sadly, you've seen most of their scenes in the trailer already. It's such a shame. Now, I will talk about some positives in the movie. Like I said, the first half of this movie was great. Setting the game board of characters, it was the best. The location is picture perfect with all of the lush, ornate rooms, secret compartments, hidden corners. It was very much like the Clue mansion. So you have the picturesque setting, a slew of eccentric characters, and a plucky detective, and all the ingredients seemed lined up perfectly. The pacing was quick, it was funny, I was on board. A great first half of the movie. If only the rest of the movie was like that. I will say the acting from everybody was great. So many over-the-top characters, and the A-list actors playing them put 100% into them, and it was fantastic. There was no bad actor in the bunch. Also, I did appreciate a couple hidden twists the movie was able to save for the ending. They were clever, and I didn't see some of them coming. However, the strength of the ending felt almost entirely unearned, since it really dropped the ball at the halfway point and gave away too many of its cards way too soon. And again, the biggest issue is that the film boasts to be an ensemble-driven film when it most certainly is not. And for such a stellar cast, a great setting, a great murder mystery story, there's no reason why this movie couldn't have been just as fun as Clue. And you know what? If they had just waited to give away the reveal at the middle of the film and saved it for the end, this would have been a much better movie. And just add a few more scenes of the family in the latter half, and you fixed your two biggest problems right there. But nope, it was too much revealed too soon, and a cruel misuse and underutilization of its amazing talent. Clue was able to utilize every single character brilliantly, and it was fast-paced, it was funny, it was clever, and it waited until the last minute to pull the rug out from under you. And that's what makes it so memorable and fun to experience over and over again. And I only wish Knives Out was able to do the same. Maybe it'll get better with repeat viewings now that I know what to expect, because I do love this cast and there are some great scenes, but for me, it was very lackluster and an easy opportunity to tell a perfectly entertaining murder mystery that missed the mark for no good reason. I'm going to give Knives Out a C+. And that's my review for you. I'm curious to know what you think. Feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And thank you all again for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Ryan Boehme signing off. Bye, everyone.